Game 5, baby. Woo. Game 5.
That's right.
I'm ready for it. Little rain. A little rainy game number 5.
What? I'll tell you something. Every game in the series has been accompanied by inclement weather.
This
of
is
some
so
variety.
true.
So it's just simply par for the course. It's just letting you know that a game is happening. That's all.
A game is how you wake up, you're like, it's rainy out. Must be a game time. We got a great show for you, despite what Eric just introed for us. We're going to have a great show. We're going to talk about Kyle Anderson is out. Who steps up in their place? We're going to see new players in the series for the first time tonight. I put it on. I know this is a Nugget show. I know it's Game 5. It's big. I got to talk about Jimmy Butler last night.
Let's do it.
It was just too good, man. I got to talk about it.
Bro, you know this is a Nugget show?
I do know that, but maybe it inspires some good vibes for
Can you intro the show so I can do my air horn, please? We're like 3
Did I not
minutes
do it?
in. No.
DMVR Nuggets pregame show. There it is. We're also going to have bets at the very end. You're right. I didn't do that, did I?
Sorry, man. Not to step on your toes, but
you corrected me when I was wrong. The man who always brings air horns no matter what happens, Brendan Vogt.
I feel great about tonight, and I'm actually glad now that we're a couple days removed that they can do it in front of the Denver faithful, hopefully, but I'm feeling good, fellas.
I said this on the show yesterday, but there's part of me that's really excited that they lost Game 4 because I'm excited for tonight.
Me too.
We could have been having a regular show. Instead, we're having a pregame show. Over here, the man who knows his weather, it's D-Line.
Yeah, I do know my weather. I feel good about tonight, but I feel like, there's nothing automatic about tonight. I'm feeling like we just got to play our game. You know
Does it mean anything to you that there was, like, Wordle? Do you do Wordle?
Bro, I hate that you brought this up.
Really?
I played Wordle today for the first time in
Really?
10
Did
months.
you not get it?
And I got one of those things where I got the second letter and the last two.
Yeah.
I got 3 letters on the first guess and then put the combination together wrong the entire way down, and I did not get it.
Oh, no!
The answer to today's Wordle...
No, don't tell him. You can't say it because you can't share
It's
it.
a
But
good
it's
omen.
Nuggets.
It's a good omen.
Well, it is, except for D-Line Minor.
Except for I blew it.
He inverted the omen, perhaps. We'll find out.
my God.
We'll blame him if it doesn't work out. And then over there, Sweats Only, Superstar Dev.
I mean, it's just time to take care of business. I can't joke around with you guys today because it's a business type of day for me.
Do you
Yeah.
Is that
normally
why you
joke
weren't
with us?
talking about it?
Don't spoil the word, but yeah, Dev's
trying.
not going to be a joker today. Just not a joker. Nuggets back in Denver. You
Business time.
were at Shoot Around.
I was at Shooter.
You are also got the pregame audio from Michael Malone. Share any and all that you want to.
Sure. We spoke with Michael Porter Jr. today, who I kind of liked a little flash of confidence. He said, if we win this series, in an answer, and then he quickly corrected himself and said, when we win this series. There's some confidence for the Nuggets, but they don't want to overlook this opponent. For Mike, the biggest thing that went wrong in that last game, you guys might be surprised, shot making. That was Malone. It's defense. For Porter, It was shot making.
I'm with Porter.
Me too, actually. But
Shots are cooler.
he was locked in. He seemed locked in, I should say. Michael Malone does not want to go back to Minnesota. He was asked about how you approach this game in terms of really going for it with the starters' minutes. Kind of a luxury you have, I guess, when you're up 3-1 in the first round. And he said, our focus is winning this game, whatever it takes. They are not trying to get back on that plane and go back to Minnesota.
I think this is a big deal, though, man. Like, honestly, it's a drag to have to go back to Minnesota. This rainstorm is probably a snowstorm in Minnesota.
There's like a lot of emotional capital on the line today.
It's so true.
I think they recognize that if it ends right here, it can be great. If it drags on, it could be exhausting. And let's just cut that out.
Not inconsequential, but Thursday night is the draft. And we'll be in Studio B if we have to be. If they go to Game 6. We'll have to do Game 6 in Studio B. That will suck.
Yeah. It sounds like Ball Arena is like kind of empty. And I think that there's some kind of flooding in Denver or something. There is like massive traffic issues.
Yeah, on Spear. It might be a later arriving
Really?
crowd. Yeah.
Yes.
Wind had a hard time getting to the arena.
This is wild.
This is just what it looks like when the
That makes
Denver
me feel
Nuggets
better because the
close
bar's
it
a
out.
little dead tonight, so maybe it's just everyone's in a giant swamp.
I think from what I heard, there's some sort of massive traffic disruption.
Really?
Look, how would the Nuggets close it out? NBA TV with a flood? That's
Especially with
you know
no
what
crowd.
I mean? No crowd.
When was it a couple years back? Do you remember when the line, there was only like one way to get into the arena, and so
Yeah,
everybody was
I was
late?
there.
Were you? And then
it
everyone
sucked.
on the broadcast was like, crazy that Denver fans didn't show up for this game. It
I was
turns out
so
they were
mad.
just outside, locked out of the building.
Oh, you see this sometimes, and I get flashbacks. I don't understand, man. They don't know how to get people in the arena.
Safely.
Just like in general, I don't know. I think it probably has something to do with physics. I don't know. I'm
All
not a
right.
smart man.
All right.
Defensive discipline, game plan discipline, knowing your personnel, but all the way down to the specifics of the report. Which way does he like to drive? Anthony Edwards, who draws a lot of free throws, you can't just open up and give him straight line drives to his left hand. These were the kind of things that they were nailing in the first 3 games. And, perhaps understandably let off the rope a little bit, I think, in game 4. So that's a lot where Malone's focus is. Offensively, MPJ, a lot of talk about him not being involved in overtime. And Malone said, well, he was still part of our offense. But it's not about doing anything like making a concerted effort to get Mike involved. Malone said, Mike is involved when we play our best offense, when we play the way we want to play, when the ball moves, and he moves. And I thought this was a good point. Guys got stagnant. That was kind of the theme of my grades piece. They reverted to MVP ball. That's not a good thing.
Right.
So just kind of being flowy Denver Nuggets basketball. And that should result in open jumpers for guys like Mike, guys like KCP.
You guys see the theme for us in the playoffs is step-up time. So I'll ask you, Dev, tonight, who is it step-up time for? Who's got to step up?
It's a big bounce back spot and opportunity for Jamal.
I agree.
In this game. Not the best of games for him. Really out of the norm from what we've been seeing from him. With the argument being bubble Murray versus playoff Murray. That was not any Murray that we saw last game.
That was just
So I
standard
think
issue.
that this is an opportunity for him to go back home where he's comfortable, where he feeds off of the crowd and gets everyone involved. I do think that we're going to have a monster game from Jamal.
I like it. What about you, D-Line?
Yeah, I think that I can really see it going that way. I can see Jamal coming in. I mean, he looked, it looked more than just a bad night. He looked like slower. Maybe he was emotional. Maybe he's a little physical. I don't know. But like, he wasn't as finely tuned and aggressive and attacking as he was in previous games. So to me, I chalked it up to having some level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, he's had some time to rest, and we see the dope Murray again because it's definitely there. I mean, this is like one of these things where you just like you wonder the Nuggets lose some. You're like, oh man, is Jokic still good? And you're like, yeah, he's still good. Murray's still good. Like, just need one of those performances.
Yeah, Porter needs to step it up too. I thought there was a winning kind of spark to a lot of the things he was doing to open up the series. I thought whatever that spark was, absent in game 4. He did hit those shots down the stretch, which was awesome. But again, it was just, he kind of let the game happen around him, where in the first 3 games, he went out and took opportunities, being active off ball, attacking the glass, wanting to get the basketball, not just waiting for it to find you. So I don't think he needs to wait till the final 2 minutes to make an impact this time, especially at home. Like a Porter quarter in the first half, sign me up as fast as possible.
Delicious.
I
What a
like
treat.
all of those answers, to be honest with you. But for me, if I were to
Pick the best one.
I'm going to pick the best one. You know me so well. But they're all secondary to my pick, which is
The right
Porter.
pick.
Guys, we've had a Jokic game. We've had a Porter game. We've had a Murray game. We've even had a bit of a Bruce game in game 1. I think tonight is an Aaron Gordon game. He's been in foul trouble a lot. He is actually the most fouling player in all of the playoffs.
the foulest player.
The foulest. There it is. That's the foulest player in all of the playoffs. At home, do you get a little bit of a better whistle? I think he's been great defensively, by the way. But they are going to the scheme, or at least they did in game 4, where they put Rudy Gobert on him and just ignore him. Knock down a couple threes tonight, not too many. Don't settle for it, but take them when they're there and knock them down. And then tonight, if you're not in foul trouble, get to the rim, man. Attack. He had a lot of good dunks. I thought he had momentum. I would love it if we got the Gordon game tonight. You almost just get everybody gets their own game in a 5-game
Oh,
series.
Mr.
man,
Nugget.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
What do you mean?
I don't see a Gordon game. Like he got blocked so many times under the rim. Like this is just a particularly bad matchup for him.
Sure.
I think he'll get in foul trouble again. It's been every game. Like he's gonna happen. Like he just is not big enough. You know. I don't know. We'll see.
Rainy
We'll
day,
see.
Eric.
Well, I mean, listen. I'm just speaking my truth, Adam.
I'm telling you who I think needs to step up. He needs to step up. Does he have to have a 30-point night? No, I think for him just a
be
solid
great.
night, and it would be really great. And again, not being in foul trouble, I think, can open up the game for him a little bit more. And as much as he did get a shot blocked, I think he had like 7 dunks in the last game.
Could happen. He has the heart of a lion.
And I think late in the game, Yoke gave him a couple like, yo, shoot the floater, man. Don't put him in position where he has to go through a Gobert. But nonetheless, I just would love to see him come out and have a really nice impact because he's a guy to me that if he does break this defense, meaning hit some threes and is doing this or that, they don't have a counter. It's like our counter is hope he just is cold every game, and we'll see what happens.
Wait, real quick, I should just point out, Kyle Anderson, it's in the rundown. I was going to do a game note, but I see now that there's a whole section called Kyle
One
Anderson.
game note we didn't get to earlier.
Yeah.
Kyle Anderson is out
There
tonight.
it is, yeah.
You know who also didn't know this game note until he was told, I think by you, is Michael Porter Jr. Did you notice this in the scrum today at
And
shoot-around?
me just right now.
And you just right now,
Yeah,
but
he didn't know.
somebody let him know, and he's like, "Oh, he's out. This has been out for 24 hours that he was going to be out." I found that very
He's
strange.
so locked in, he's not even checking the injury reports.
So locked.
Just
Man,
next level.
I was busy.
There was also after
personal time.
this was also after shoot around. I just imagine that part of shoot around was like, "Hey, no Kyle Anderson
Just so you
tonight."
know, they probably did tell the team. You know what I mean?
Totally.
They probably did.
He's like, "Oh, he's not playing."
Oh,
it was
that's
it was a
interesting.
funny moment, man.
Like
Athletes.
Kyle
That's
Anderson's
just
out there.
not-
Like, what about slow-mo?
not a direct overlap.
Relax.
Plays into your AG thing, though. Not a direct overlap in terms of matchup in this series, but it is one fewer forward. A little bit less size for Minnie.
This is going to sound crazy, Dev. I'm not sure this hurts Minnesota that much. He's a good player. I don't think this was the series for him in large part because he just didn't need to be guarded. How does this affect the game tonight?
I think the fact that he's been a guy that has stepped out on Jokic as well, and Jokic
That's
not
true.
struggle, but like just different looks for having a smaller guy on him. I think it like kind of threw him off at times, and they did that with Kyle Anderson. Also offensively, I think that he was the flow of that second unit, and they had a lot of staggering with him being the guy just because he is a facilitator, he is a defender, and he has length. So that does take away from another defender that they're already missing. This is like a already injured, rather it be just punching things or just, deciding
That's tough.
Or
to get
feelings.
hurt.
That's tough.
So, I mean, I do think that it's important. Also, he's already talking about playing for China.
He is?
He's ready. He's ready for the offseason already. So he knows what's going to happen tonight.
They're missing all of their middle-sized guys now.
Yeah. He's only made 3 threes 3 times this year. I don't think he's that. I'm just pushing back on that. I don't think he gets that hot.
Listen, I should say he sometimes can be a scoring threat.
He's like a really versatile player, defender, this or that. I think when they lost some of their guys, including Naz Reid in a weird way, who spaces the floor well, he's the guy that hurts the most because they have no spacing, and he's, so his game takes a little bit of a hit. Who replaces him? Do you have any ideas? Noel?
Well, yeah, they talked about. I think they've looked at all of it. I think they've even maybe the rookies.
Oh man, Minot.
Yeah, how do I say his name?
Minot.
Minot?
Can you imagine
I
Tim
wanna say
Conley's
Minot every
draft
time.
pick? Minot goes off.
Yeah,
The weirdest draft pick. It was like such a
Minot?
weird pick.
I didn't
well,
even know
full
this.
circle because he ruined our fun at summer league.
He
in
was,
day
like,
one.
dominant.
He looked like
He doesn't play very
a
many
beast.
minutes.
No, but
Oh,
to
right.
the point, I think they're looking at all options here, honestly, all the way down the roster by committee of just the younger guys stepping up or the smaller guys playing and everyone bumps up.
That's honestly a little nerve-inducing. Like when guys feel like they don't have anything to lose. You got the Denver Nuggets need to be ready for a fight. Like I hope they're not coming in thinking that
Yeah.
they're going to lay down. No, because there's players that are getting a shot.
Oh yeah, like for a rookie, this is like
Yeah.
it. I will say though, it is on the road for them. It is tough to go into if I don't know if game 4, if you would have
sure.
put a Peyton Watson, it's like tough spot for them to be in. But to your point, maybe
I'm
there's
saying
some people that have nothing to
I'm saying
lose.
just expect a different energy to start with. Like be aware, be ready.
They clearly don't trust guys. I mean, maybe McLaughlin plays more minutes. Noel, they clearly don't trust these guys. They're not going to them except for out of necessity. So whoever it is, Denver just needs to really dominate the staggered minutes. They've struggled against the starter to starter in this series, surprisingly, but every staggered minute has gone Denver's way, and I expect that to continue tonight if they're going to win. Last night was one of my favorite games I've watched in the playoffs in a while, Dev. Were you watching hoops last night?
A little
You
bit.
could just lie a little. Last night,
Like, I
Jimmy
like that
Butler.
one. It was great.
I watched that
Butler-
Jimmy Butler game. I
Yeah.
did watch that.
Unbelievable. The fourth quarter by Jimmy Butler was honestly one of the most what do the kids say? The ultimate I'm him performances or whatever.
Yeah, don't
That's
say
what they
that,
say.
though.
Don't say it?
The
Why?
ultimate I'm
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Just
You're
because it
not
sounds
saying
dumb
right.
when I say
Yeah.
it.
Some are calling him Himmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, I've seen that.
Those are-
I'm telling you,
How
that
do you guys
was.
feel about him?
What do you mean?
that say? Do you like
I'm
it?
not a fan of it, but I'm just saying what the kids say. I'm trying to explain
I'm
it.
just I'm deciding what to accept into my vernacular.
I'll say it. This guy was incredible. 56 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 19 of 28 shooting. And it was just one of those things where it got me thinking, like, the playoffs really are different. And Jimmy is one of those players that has always just been different. You know, like in the play, I'm serious about it. It's like weird to say, but this is a dude that is not comfortable with his 3-point shot. Last night, he pulled up back-to-back threes, one down a point, the other one up 2 just to clinch it with no hesitation.
Yeah, after losing the series for them last year on a missed
That's right.
transition
I forgot.
three.
I mean, he
Dude,
almost
he does
won
not
it.
care at all.
He doesn't care, man. That guy has it.
Does it make you guys feel different about Jamal Murray?
Well, this is what I wanted to talk about. Is why he's on the thing. So yes, if you want to go into it, he's one of these.
Right, but it's validation to me. Because I think with Jamal, part of it is we had to wait a few years. It was in the bubble. Is the playoff switch that dramatic? Is that such a real thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Now, it's not like Jimmy Butler is a slouch across 82 games.
Right,
but he is very clearly a different player in the playoffs. And it just had me thinking about Jamal of, man, maybe that is a real archetype. Just that dog in him, I guess, whatever it is we're trying to articulate.
That dog in him index is quite high.
It's a real thing, man. And Jimmy might be
Jimmy is number one.
Number
though.
one.
I think he actually might be my number one.
At what point is he just a dog?
He just really just goes into like another stage like of I don't care who it is.
Yes.
That's the thing is he refuses to have a smaller guy on him. He gets disrespected when you have a bigger guy on him. He just really takes it into being a bully and I'm going to be after you every single time.
Yep.
He's stepping out on centers. He's stepping out on guards. He's getting to the foul line. It's not just like gimmicks the entire time. Like he really
He's not bouncing.
takes every single play personal, and you really do want that on this because, like, I do feel like Denver has a couple of guys that are more talented than him, but they don't have that I want to kill you every single time that I'm out there. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to win.
They're missing the murder.
And you want that. You want that type of murder on your squad.
This is why when Murray has it, it's just something else. Like then the team feels like they have everything. I mean, Jokic obviously steps up and has but he's also just good all the time.
I can't wait to call him Jamal Murdery.
Is that what you're going to call him?
Wow.
Jamal.
What do we think of that one, fellas?
Jimmy Butler, Jamal Murray, I think, is a proven this guy. Who are some other guys you think in the NBA are like this guy?
That's a great question.
Ultimate 16-game player types.
It seems like Steph Curry fits in that description.
Except for yes and no.
But
like
he's
he's also
Steph,
had
like,
some
across
high-profile
82.
terrible games. I mean, he's kind of over that hump.
Well, this is to say he's like Jamal Murray. Not every game, but very high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
his
that-
ceiling is
and
his playoff ceiling's very high.
And he pulls it out in the playoffs. Like he does things I've never seen anyone do before.
Do you know, remember the Ben Taylor did the back picks where he talks about all the great players and he tries to rank them. Everybody loves rankings. He had, I think, the 2 players with the biggest regular season to postseason jump up. Most players go backwards. Michael Jordan, no surprise. And then Reggie Miller was high on this list. Isn't that kind of a surprise that Reggie Miller is like one of the guys that most played great in his career in the playoffs?
No, that's not surprising at all.
mean, he's
just
clutch.
sucks now. Dude, he's just like, now he's like the dopey spokesperson, but he used to be a killer, dude. He was the guy that was like, gave the choke motion.
It's not that he wasn't a killer. It's just you would think like number 2.
His thing was like ripping your heart out.
Yeah.
It's just now his thing is selling you a breakfast sausage.
It's still too early to it's still too early to tell. Early candidate for this, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
he's
it's a
been
good
good
point.
in regular seasons. Just made his first All-Star game, but Steph went up to playoff Steph, and at least in a couple of stretches, Fox was right there to go toe to toe, and that was a guy who, directly juxtaposed with Sabonis, who went the other direction in the spotlight. Fox has really stood out to me as a guy who's ready for the moment.
Dude, Fox.
Who else, Dev? Is there anybody else this year that you kind of look at and go like, man, that guy's just different in the playoffs?
No, it's Fox for me again. Like I just thought he was okay. I just thought he was like a fast guy. Now he's like showing that he's a trash talker. He's showing that he's at you every single time.
Killer, man.
And he's gonna do everything that he has to win. Also, he's played for the Kings. They never are in this situation. So this is like my first look at him.
Yeah,
he's that guy.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson again, also
he's been that
very good regular season. But like I fear if it's a Tuesday in February, I'm like he might go 2 for 14.
Right.
But if it's game 6, I want
Game 6
no
play.
part of
What
Klay
I have
Thompson.
noticed is that Ja Morant's not.
Yeah.
He's not, you know, so it's been a little bit shocking for me that
You
like,
could just say the Grizzlies.
people are jumping off of that wagon that everybody
His hand's hurt. His hand is hurt.
He's flailing. He's just flying out
Because
there.
he doesn't have the same level of like mobility and pliability, so he's trying to overcome it with just athleticism because his legs aren't hurt.
I hate to
so
hear
he
it.
can't make any shots.
Chat has some suggestions. Dame, Brunson.
But Dame's also great all the time, man. Like
He
Dame,
is. He just has some
This
big
is a
playoff
different
moments.
thing. Jimmy Butler is not a top scorer in the NBA until the playoffs, and then he is.
Dame
about-
is unbelievable.
How about the one
Yeah, but
we're
he's
playing
unbelievable
right
in the
now?
regular season
Not like
too.
he is in the playoffs, though. Holy smokes!
How about the one we're playing right now? says the
Anthony
chat.
Edwards, he's been up and down, but I think he will be.
But
He
you
will
mean
be this guy.
Exclusively 16.
Jimmy,
game?
I'm telling you, Jimmy Butler is not a top scorer. He's just like a good scorer.
Right,
And then
right.
in the
And the
playoffs, you're
playoffs.
like, my God, you have to guard this guy at every spot on the court because he makes
Because
everything.
LeBron did not score 50 points in a Heat uniform
He
in
is
the
the
playoffs.
all-time leader in single playoff games for the Heat. They have a lot of legends there.
Yeah, it was
I'll tell
really
you
good.
another one this year. Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig is
What the hell, Torrey Craig?
prime Ray Allen in the playoffs at the
Dude,
moment.
remember-
It's round one, but
It is round one.
Remember when Torrey Craig was the goddamn LeBron James of the G League? Now he's the LeBron James of the NBA.
It's a little bit crazy.
Unbelievable.
I honestly think you could put the whole Grizzlies team on this list in reverse.
Hachimura. That
Hachimura's been having a
guy.
good run.
Anthony Davis in a bubble environment.
Just that one time. Yeah, he was terrible in this last game until
Dude,
he wasn't.
Anthony Davis has been pretty lame. Cat has been horrific.
Yeah.
No one's stock has fallen further.
The Kawhi's an interesting one because
it's Kawhi.
he's
Kawhi's
not
a good one.
Healthy enough to do it 82 games
Yeah.
anymore, but I mean, he also played 2 games.
He
but-
only played in 2. He is
You know
tough,
what?
though.
Yeah, but
No,
he-
hold on. Here's the thing about Kawhi. He has outplayed LeBron James, or at least gone toe-to-toe,
It's true.
and he's outplayed Kevin Durant. He is like some major scalps or whatever you want to. We used to say like where you outplay another major player. He has some big ones under his belt, and then he just never plays. Anyway, I just thought that would be interesting, and I hope that we're talking about a couple nuggets. Jamal has an opportunity to be this guy. Jokic has obviously been this guy on and off, and I would love for Jokic to have a Jimmy Butler-like game. I don't think they need it in this round, but at some point in this series, I hope we see like a game like that from Jokic where you're like he's just shooting every time and not missing anything.
A Jokic game would be the yummiest thing on earth.
Oh, maybe we'll get it tonight. Let's open up DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, and listen to all of Dev's advice for us.
All right, Dev, make us some money, dude.
Oh, you guys want to be paid, is what I hear.
That's what I'm wanting.
So Denver comes into this game as 10-point favorites. They're expecting a beating. It's a tough one. Like, really, like I'm in a tough spot of, do I bet the plus 10 just in case if Denver blows them out? It's good for all of us.
Yeah.
So you
Emotional
can do like one
hedge,
of those emotional
emotional hedge,
hedges
all right.
where you could just get the plus 10, and if you lose it, you lose it.
And you
So
don't
I
feel
would
that
advise
guilty
that.
about plus 10 because you're still rooting for the Nuggets to win.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm
220.
going to not approve of that, but you know what? It's okay.
So for 220, I'm going to go to under on this. This has not been high scoring as I expected it to be or I thought that it was going to be. 220 is pretty high scoring. I'm going to go under on that. This is going to be like a do or die type of game for Minnesota. They're going to Cancun right after this one. I don't expect them to just roll over. So I do think that they'll keep it close and try to play defense. So I'm going to go under 220 in this one.
It would be hilarious if like one of the veterans on the team cleared out his locker room already. I was like, what are you doing, man? He's like, oh, nothing. Just, I don't know. Just direct flight from Denver to Cancun. I don't know. Just in case.
Anthony Edwards is terrific. He's incredible. I'm going to just push his up. It's at 27.5. I think he's going to score 30. I have to.
Hold on, let me hurry up and bet this. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Make sure that you get on that. I also like the combo of Rudy Gobert points and rebounds. Yeah. He's just been getting it.
This sucks.
All right, my
does
bad.
suck.
This is the dirtiest money you could ever hope
All
for.
right.
Everybody get your Rudy Gobert bets in.
So
Yeah, dude, every time, hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
it's a real rainy day out
the
there.
reason
So
the reason
pumped
you
for
want to
Game
bet on a
5.
game like this is so every time Rudy Gobert grabs a rebound, you can cheer.
Yeah, you
internally.
can be so excited.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert got a turn. Got a
Damn it, he won. I got another rebound.
hooray! Rudy Gobert
Check it
got
down.
another
Check it down.
rebound.
All right. So on Denver side of things, I think that is going to be a over type of game for a few players. I'd like Nikola Jokic points, rebounds, and assists is at 45.5.
Love this one.
I like it. He showed that he can score. Rebounds, for some reason, he didn't get like over 11.5 last time, but I felt like he went into like the fourth quarter with 10. So I do think that he gets those later rebounds. So I like the points, rebounds, and assists for him.
Okay.
I also think KCP he hasn't been scoring. 9.5 is just too low for him. I'm going to go the over on this one.
I love this bet. Deb, now you're speaking my language, baby. I like all these bets.
I was worried he might pop up on the injury report, too, after that hard foul and then poor shooting performance. But it seems like he's good to go. That might be a sneaky good bet.
I'm going to do over Jamal Murray's three-pointers. I'm going to do it at the +3 when you're able to take them. I would even go up to 4 if you want to get some plus money. I do think that this is like a Jamal welcome back type of game. I'm expecting him to be able to score. The fun one, the blocks and steals. I'm going to do the combination with Jokic. I'm going to do the blocks plus steals combination. It is at 1.5. I do think that he's going to get that. I expect a block in this game.
Okay.
And then for my lock, the lock of the game.
The lock, finally.
The easiest lock I think I've seen
Anthony
all
Edwards,
season.
I will lose my goddamn mind.
Jamal Murray's over
There we go.
Let's
points.
go.
There
That
we
is
go.
an easy
Let's
one.
Scared
go.
me.
Like, really, they have it way, way, way too low. 22.5. He's going to get that. This is going to be a 25-plus type of game for him. Just get it in there. I think he just comes out and has one of those Murray flurries off bat.
Today I saw on the timeline, I think replying to us or to someone else, our friend, professional gambler, Big T. Big T said, Jokic triple-double plus 215, easy money.
Last time Big T told me it was easy money, I made more money in one day than I have in my adult life. So
I'm taking the
Well,
Big
that's
T special tonight.
but bet responsibly and
Let's
you
not do that this time again.
with your own units.
What do you got for us on same game parlay?
I'm kind of putting it together. Like, I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go 40 plus for Jokic points, rebounds, and assists. Buy it down a little bit, and I think I might take 2 Murray threes. Just buy but
You're doing the conservative.
I'm being a little
game
conservative
5.
because
I get this.
I don't want to, I feel like those are sure things and don't necessarily require like a big performance, but more just like a good performance. And it's not unthinkable that this game could we could see real quit in the Timberwolves. I don't know. Like, we're gonna find out. We're fixing to find out what kind of squad they have because their back is against the wall more than it's ever has been. They're in enemy territory. They are down
Not true.
another soldier, and they are, just like you said, they are one evening away from being on vacation. Sometimes that sounds good.
What about Michael Porter 3? Should we add that to the pie? I'm at minus 190 right now. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
that
what I'm
good.
saying. So,
Michael Porter hits threes. That's what he does.
Yeah, he's just like they've all been kind of inconsistent, man. Like,
I think he hits 3 threes
all right,
tonight.
3. All right, I'll see you.
Does that get us to plus money? Plus
Yes.
175.
Yeah, plus 175.
That ain't bad.
I mean, I'm going to find some other things, but I feel good about those pieces
As
of
a
the parlay,
base,
Yes.
it's a solid base. All right, guys, Nuggets about to tip off here.
Let's
We're
go,
going to go down
baby.
to the bar, and actually, we'll be on the watch along. We'll be joining that one, so you're not going to want to miss it. Lots of fun with the watch along, and we'll have some special guests cycling through from time to time. Hit that like button for us on the way out. See you on the other side.
Appreciate you.